Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Peter Barber. I am primarily a professional opera singer, music producer, and of course a bass vocalist. Today we're going to be checking out a new artist, an artist I've never heard before. This came through the requests in my private Discord server, which if you'd like to be a part of, you can join that Discord server on my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. This is You Are My Sunshine by the Dead South. So their cover of this song. So I obviously know the original song. I do not know this version by the Dead South. This is a first-time reaction and analysis, meaning I will be stopping and pausing to talk about vocal technique, most importantly, and I'll also maybe talk about the arrangement, and if I want to point out any differences between the original and this version, sometimes I'll do that. For the most part, I talk a lot about vocal technique and a few other musical aspects. But guys, do please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please leave a comment for the algorithm. Could be as simple as saying hi Peter, or the Dead South rules, or you are my sunshine. Does not matter. That is super helpful to get this video out in front of more people. So do that. And yeah, like I said, if I'm enhancing your listening experience, if you're learning things, if I'm adding value to your musical experience, please do consider checking out my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Link is in the description below. And without further ado, let's check out the Dead South's cover of You Are My Sunshine.
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. But when I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I bowed my head and I cried.
So, I mean, the first obvious thing is this is in minor and the original is in major. So that's a very different vibe to this song. I'm actually in the process of learning acoustic guitar. It's something I wanted to learn for like 10 years and just never did. Just never started. So I'm about 6 weeks into learning the acoustic guitar. So now I'm like, I hear anything solo acoustic and I'm obsessed with it because it's a lot of what I've been thinking about. But let's talk about this, what this singer is doing vocally. So we're in A minor. A little 1-5-1.
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping.
So it's very speech-like so far. Keeping some breathiness in the sound, meaning the vocal folds aren't coming together super tightly. You know, if you have good, strong vocal fold closure, it's a much more pure sound. There is higher harmonic content in the sound. And this is, of course, something you want to use stylistically. So for something like this that seems so far very folksy and kind of raw, the more breathy approach, you know, without that kind of strident edge to the sound, is actually probably much more fitting for this genre of music. And it's a little more intimate that way, and that's generally a good place to start a song vocally, so then you have a long way to go. You have a place to climax towards. You're able to set up contrast as well.
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping.
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping. So it's very soft and speech-like and breathy.
I dreamed I held you in my arms.
He does a little, one of those little flips for a split second up into head voice before coming back down. You inside my arms.
I dreamed I held you in my
in my arms.
But when I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I bowed my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when the skies are gray.
All right, so now we're getting some high harmony here, and with a mandolin, I believe, is that instrument. Now let's check out these. Sounds like some pretty high chest voice going on in this high harmony here.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy.
F sharp. Oh yeah. Right, the flat 6 of our A minor. It resolves to the E4. So F4 to E4 on that resolution from the high harmony.
Only sunshine, you make me happy when the skies are gray.
Gray.
You'll never know, dear, how much I love you.
So we're getting more vocal fold closure from the high harmony, which makes sense. If I've said this a number of times, and I'll continue to say it. If you're singing with a more natural approach to the voice, as you ascend in your range and your vocal folds have to stretch to maintain pitch talking in chest voice, then it's likely going to increase the vocal fold closure as they stretch out further. So you can tell the difference of the vocal fold closure, literally how long during each oscillation of the vocal folds that they are coming together between these two singers. The lower singer singing the lead, a little more breathy, a little less vocal fold closure, and then the singer doing the high harmonies, more vocal fold closure, more brightness to the sound, more cut to the sound as well.
Never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
All right, then we got a banjo here, taking a solo.
I'll always love you and make you happy if you'll only say the same.
All right, so now we're getting a good contrast here. If you pay attention to what I was just talking about, the breathiness and the vocal fold closure of this lead singer at the start of the song when he's lower in his range versus the quality of sound in his voice when he is now entering a higher part of his chest range, the quality is changed dramatically because he's getting more efficient vocal fold closure, basically meaning less air is escaping through the vocal folds when he's singing. And like I said, it adds cut to the sound. It adds a kind of edge, like a sharp edge to the sound that you don't get when singing more relaxed in your lower chest range.
I'll always love you and make you happy.
Happy. That's the vocal folds are much tighter there. Tighter's not really the right word. It's really a matter of vocal fold closure. There's more vocal fold closure happening. That is like the theme of this video so far.
If you only said the same, but if you leave me to love
Me goes to the flat 7, or the 7 in a minor chord, which sounded like out of the whatever chord they were on.
but if you leave me.
So there, okay. Yeah, so I think they're on a D minor chord, the minor 4 of the minor 4 chord, or the 4 chord of the A minor scale, and he's singing a G, which is not in that triad. That's why that pitch he's singing sounds like it's clashing with what's happening around him, because it is literally clashing harmonically.
But if you leave me to love another, you'll regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
High A's there. Super high, obviously for me as a bass. I pretty much just have to yell it.
You are my sunshine, my only.
Also, listen to how pure that tone is, though. I mean, it's like when I do it. It's like the vocal folds are really coming together tightly to maintain a full chest voice sound up there.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You're don't take my sunshine away.
Totally unbiased. I would love to hear a bass voice harmonizing with them. I think that would just add, it would fill out more body to the sound. You know, there's not a whole lot of body, like thickness currently. That's what bass voices are really good for in harmonies. Oh yes, give me a cello. Broken strings.
You told me once, dear, you really loved me, and no one else could come between.
So now I've got background harmonies going on in the verses as well as the chorus, which I believe is a change from the beginning. Plus we have this added. Now the cello, not playing in the current range it's playing in, but the cello can definitely substitute for a bass voice in that way of adding thickness and body to a fabric of sound within a group setting.
And no one else could come between.
The cello's playing pretty high right now.
Now you left me to love another. You have shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
I just realized I should have pointed this out earlier. There is a bass going on, but no one here is playing it. It's happening off screen somewhere, multi-track. By the way, this is like a normal music video. You are not hearing what you're seeing. They are, lip syncing vocally or singing along in the studio. They're all playing along to tracks they recorded in a professional studio setting. So even though this group is like they have a nice raw, more natural sound, this is still a professionally produced music video, and you are not hearing exactly what you see on screen. Now, I'm not saying they can't do this live. Whenever I make these comments, people are like, "Oh, but they can perform this live." That's not what I'm saying. This is just how professional music videos are made. So we're not hearing the bass instrument. The bass instrument was, tracked later by someone or tracked another time, and is not being featured in this video anyway, but we are hearing it.
You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
So it's just two-part harmony here, and it doesn't get more complex than that vocally.
Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away.
I'll tell you, I mean, it really changes the whole vibe of the song, doesn't it? Taking it from major to minor, even that simple of a switch. And I feel like usually you hear this song just sung by one person, in a very casual kind of setting. Very different to hear it done with, this very folksy instrumentation in a minor key. Really changes the whole feeling of this song, right? Cool. I like it. They, the kind of aesthetic, it's like probably even more towards raw folk than like Mumford & Sons, but that was kind of my first thought. I love Mumford & Sons, huge fan of the instruments they use, which I think is a very similar setup. Mumford & Sons is a bigger group. I believe there are more people in that ensemble. This was cool. Enjoyed this take. Yeah, this came straight from a request in my private Discord server. So, those requests I am now taking, they're more heavily weighted than what I might get, in your run-of-the-mill YouTube comment section. Although I do read those as well, and I often use those. Pretty much that's where I get my requests. YouTube comments, Instagram messages. But the private Discord servers are ones that I will guaranteed see. I do interact in the Discord server a lot. So if I added value to your listening experience here, guys, please do consider joining that Patreon for as little as $1 a month. You can join the Discord server there. And there's all sorts of tiers and higher benefits going up from the $1 tier. Everyone seems to be having a really great experience. I just did a poll and a questionnaire, basically, and everyone's like, we're very satisfied on your Patreon. Keep doing your thing. We're supporting you, blah, blah, which is fantastic. Anyway, guys, do like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below for the algorithm, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.